God says the mask is falling off, and whether you realize it or not, God has been preparing you for this moment for a very long time. There are things you sensed, things you felt deep in your spirit, things you couldn't explain logically but you knew were real. Your heart has been whispering the truth to you in moments of quiet, in moments of confusion, in moments when you felt distance, tension, hesitation, or sudden shifts in someone's behavior. You tried to ignore those signals because you wanted to believe in the best, you wanted to trust the words that were spoken, and you wanted the connection to be genuine. But God saw what you could not see. God heard conversations you were never present for. God witnessed actions you weren't meant to witness yet. God noticed the intentions, the motives, the desires, and the contradictions hidden beneath this person's surface. And now God is saying, enough. The mask is falling. You will see the truth clearly. You didn't imagine the inconsistencies. You didn't misinterpret the shifts in energy. You weren't wrong for feeling like something was off even when everything looked normal on the outside. God gave you discernment for a reason. He planted intuition in you as a form of protection. Every time you felt confused, every time you questioned what was happening, every time your heart felt unsettled even when the situation appeared calm, that was God speaking to you. But because you love deeply, because you care honestly, because you hope sincerely, you gave grace when others gave excuses. You forgave when others would have walked away. You tried to understand when others would have shut the door. You kept choosing patience, compassion, and belief. And God sees that. God honors that. But God is also stepping in now because there is a limit to what He will let you endure in the dark. This person has been wearing a mask, one crafted from charm, promises, mixed intentions, and selective truth. They wanted to appear steady while feeling uncertain. They wanted to appear invested while keeping part of themselves hidden. They wanted to appear emotionally available while still entertaining distractions, options, or attachments God never approved. They wanted to give you pieces but keep the whole. They wanted to enjoy your presence without giving you the respect, clarity, or commitment that your soul has always deserved. But masks cannot stay on forever. In God's timing, pretenses crumble. In God's timing, false intentions surface. In God's timing, hidden motives are exposed. And this is that moment. God is removing your blindfold, but He is also removing theirs. The truth comes not only as a revelation for you but also as a reckoning for them. They are about to confront their own actions, their own contradictions, their own fears, their own emotional imbalance, and their own unhealed parts that led them to treat you the way they did. God is not exposing them to punish them. He is exposing them to heal you. God is ending the illusions that caused your confusion. God is ending the cycles that drained your heart. God is ending the emotional fog that left you doubting yourself. God is ending the spiritual interference that clouded your judgment. The mask is not falling off to embarrass them, it is falling off to free you. You need to understand something very important. God never reveals the truth to destroy you. He reveals the truth to realign you. He reveals the truth to strengthen your discernment. He reveals the truth to redirect your steps before more damage is done. He reveals the truth so you can step into clarity, peace, and emotional freedom. And He reveals the truth so your heart can stop carrying weight that doesn't belong to you. You were never meant to carry confusion. You were never meant to carry anxiety about someone's intentions. You were never meant to question your own worth because of someone's inconsistency. You were never meant to feel like you were competing for someone's attention, time, or respect. God is showing you this person's real heart because you deserve emotional honesty. You deserve reciprocal love. You deserve stability instead of uncertainty. You deserve loyalty instead of mixed signals. You deserve someone who chooses you fully, not someone who keeps you waiting while they explore their insecurities. There is a part of you that already knew this truth was coming. Deep down, your spirit has been preparing for this revelation. That's why you felt tension you couldn't explain. That's why something didn't feel right even when things looked fine on the outside. That's why you sensed someone else's presence, influence, or interference even when it wasn't spoken. God allowed you to feel that spiritual discomfort so that when the truth finally came, you wouldn't be shocked. You would simply understand. You would recognize the divine pattern. You would see that God was protecting you, not hurting you, and now that the mask is falling, you will start to see the signs more clearly. You will see inconsistencies lining up. You will see words not matching actions. You will see moments in the past that suddenly make sense. You will see behaviors that were dismissed as nothing now revealing themselves as meaningful. You will see what God saw all along. Not to break your heart, but to protect your destiny. This person's real heart is being revealed, not just who they pretended to be, but who they actually are when nobody is watching. Their fears, their emotional immaturity, their divided attention, their hidden doubts, their lack of readiness. Their reluctance to offer stability, their inner conflict about you, God is showing you all of it. Not to make you bitter, but to make you wiser. Not to make you resentful, but to release you from illusions. Not to push you away from love, but to guide you toward the right love. You have been praying for clarity. You have been asking God to show you the truth. You have been asking for signs, confirmations, clarity, and peace. Maybe you didn't expect the truth to look like this. Maybe you hoped the truth would validate your hopes instead of confronting your fears. But God answers prayers in the way that protects you, not in the way that pleases you. And sometimes the truth that hurts is the truth that heals. The mask is falling off because God promised to defend you. The mask is falling off because God promised to uncover what's hidden. The mask is falling off because your heart is too precious for deception. The mask is falling off because God is ready to move you into a season of emotional alignment. The mask is falling off because this time, God is not letting you settle for half-truths or half-love, and as the truth unfolds, you will begin to feel a shift inside yourself. The confusion will start to lift. The emotional fog will begin to clear. The heaviness in your chest will lighten. The overthinking will quiet. The spiritual tension will dissolve. The questions you've been struggling with for so long will finally be answered. You will feel relieved. You will feel protected. You will feel seen by God. And you will realize that this revelation is not a loss, it is liberation. You are entering a season where God is restoring your confidence. God is cleansing your heart. God is healing your self-worth. God is reminding you of your value. God is reconnecting you with your intuition. God is realigning you with people who honor you. God is preparing someone who will match your effort, mirror your intentions, and cherish your presence. This revelation is not the end of love for you, it is the beginning of a purer, stronger, healthier love than you have ever experienced. The person whose mask is falling will also face their own awakening. They will realize what they risked. They will realize what they mishandled. They will realize the depth of what they lost. God is not blind to the fact that you loved sincerely. But God is also not blind to the fact that they did not. They may return apologetic, awakened, or regretful, but by the time they do, you will have clarity, strength, and spiritual discernment guiding your steps. You will no longer be caught in emotional limbo. You will no longer be confused about their intentions. You will no longer give your heart to someone who doesn't know how to protect it. What is coming is truth. What is coming is clarity. What is coming is divine revelation. What is coming is emotional closure. What is coming is spiritual protection. And what is coming is a better chapter for you, one aligned with God's plan, not human deception. Still protected. And as God pulls back the veil, you may feel a mixture of emotions, relief that the truth is finally surfacing, sadness for what you hoped it could have been, disappointment that someone you trusted did not show you the honesty you deserved, and even anger at the time and energy you invested. All of these emotions are valid. God is not asking you to pretend it doesn't hurt. He is asking you to let this truth guide you, not break you. He is asking you to release the version of this person that existed only in your hopes, so you can finally see who they truly are without fear, without illusion, without denial, and without the emotional fog that kept you tied to something that wasn't aligned with your soul's growth. You may even find yourself replaying moments, conversations, choices, inconsistencies, mixed signals, and thinking, how did I not see it sooner? But God wants you to understand that you didn't miss anything. You saw exactly what God allowed you to see at the time. You were given the pieces that matched the stage of your journey. The truth is revealed when your heart is strong enough to handle it, and your spirit is ready to move forward. If God had shown you everything earlier, you might have reacted too quickly, too emotionally, or too fearfully. But now, you are ready. Now, you have grown. Now, you have clarity. Now, you have enough strength, wisdom, and self-respect to receive the truth without letting it destroy your spirit. You may also wonder why God let this person into your life if He already knew they weren't ready, or weren't truthful, or weren't aligned with your emotional needs. But people enter your life for reasons beyond romance or companionship. Some enter to teach you how to trust your intuition. Some enter to teach you what real love should not look like. Some enter to awaken your discernment. Some enter to help you break patterns that have followed you for years. Some enter to prepare you for someone far better. This person's role in your life wasn't a mistake, it was a stepping stone, a lesson, a mirror, and a revelation. God allowed this connection because He knew it would stretch you, shape you, awaken you, and ultimately elevate you. And even though you may feel hurt, God is gently reminding you that this revelation is an act of love. Divine protection often comes disguised as separation. Divine clarity often comes disguised as disappointment. Divine intervention often comes disguised as endings. But anything God removes from your life is something that was never meant to stay. Anything God reveals is something that was never meant to be hidden. Anything God exposes is something that was never aligned with your destiny. You are not losing what was meant for you. You are being freed from what was holding you back. The truth is, you have outgrown this version of love. You have outgrown inconsistency. You have outgrown emotional guessing games. You have outgrown half-effort and almost commitment. You have outgrown the need to prove your worth to someone who could not recognize it. Your soul has elevated, and your heart has matured. You are not the same person who once tolerated confusion. You are not the same person who once accepted breadcrumbs as affection. You are not the same person who once settled for emotional imbalance. God has been transforming you quietly, spiritually, steadily. And this moment of exposure is the final step in that transformation. You are stepping into a higher level of emotional consciousness, and God will not let you carry old attachments into a new season. This revelation is the release. This truth is the closure. This clarity is the freedom your heart prayed for, even if you didn't know it. And once you fully release the emotional tie, you will begin to feel something you haven't felt in a long time: peace. Not temporary peace. Not conditional peace. But the deep, soul-level peace that comes from knowing you are walking in alignment with God's guidance, not human deception. The more the truth unfolds, the more you will understand why God had to intervene. You will realize that while you were giving love, this person was giving confusion. While you were offering stability, this person was offering uncertainty. While you were investing emotionally, they were calculating their options. While your heart was open, theirs was hesitant, divided, or distracted. But God is not the author of chaos. God does not bless connections built on confusion. God does not endorse relationships that drain your spirit. God does not support unions that lead you away from your purpose. You may think of all the times you prayed for signs, the moments you asked God to reveal whether this person was truly meant for you. And now, looking back, you will notice that God sent you gentle warnings. Subtle discomfort. Restlessness in your spirit. Dreams that felt too symbolic to ignore. Sudden distance that didn't make sense. Conversations that left you feeling unheard. Reactions that didn't match their words. Hesitations that slipped through their promises. You noticed all of it, but you wanted to believe the best. You wanted to hold on. You wanted to trust their potential instead of their patterns, but God speaks louder when you stop listening to your own hopes. And now, the message is unmistakably clear. The mask is falling off because you deserve truth more than you deserve temporary comfort. You deserve clarity more than you deserve emotional illusions. You deserve someone whose heart matches their words. You deserve someone who is honest even when the truth is uncomfortable. You deserve someone who chooses you without hesitation, without distraction, without disguises, and without hidden motives. And as God shows you this person's true heart, He is also showing you your own strength. You may not realize it yet, but you are stepping into one of the most powerful phases of your emotional and spiritual journey. You are becoming wiser. You are becoming stronger. You are becoming more intuitive. You are becoming more selective. You are becoming more aligned with who you were always meant to be. This revelation is shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for blessings that require this level of clarity. The person whose mask is falling may feel exposed, uncomfortable, or defensive. They may distance themselves, or they may try to explain themselves. They may try to convince you to ignore what God has shown you. They may try to restore the illusion because it benefited them. But God is not letting you fall for the same patterns again. Not this time. You have too much spiritual awareness now. You have too much emotional wisdom. The veil has been lifted, and once you see the truth, you cannot unsee it. And as this chapter reaches its closing moments, God wants you to know that nothing revealed to you in this season is meant to leave you broken. It is meant to leave you awakened. You are not standing at the end of your story, you are standing at the threshold of clarity, self-worth, and emotional liberation. What once confused your heart will no longer have power over you. What once made you doubt yourself will no longer hold influence. What once had you praying for answers will no longer cloud your spirit. God is removing the emotional noise, the spiritual interference, and the illusions that kept you tied to someone who could not meet you where your soul needed to be met. you may feel the quiet after the storm, the kind of silence that settles not because you are empty, but because you are finally at peace. You may notice your thoughts start to shift, your energy begin to rise again, your heart feel lighter, your mind feel sharper. This is what it feels like when God steps in and reclaims space in your spirit that was once occupied by uncertainty. The heaviness is lifting because the truth is setting you free. The confusion is fading because clarity has taken its place. You are not losing anything, you are regaining yourself. And as you walk away from the emotional shadows of this connection, God is also preparing someone whose heart will not need to hide behind masks. Someone whose intentions will align with their actions. Someone whose words will carry honesty, not convenience. Someone whose presence will feel like safety, not uncertainty. Someone who will show you that love is not supposed to feel like guessing. Someone who will not compete with distractions, entertain options, or keep emotional backups. Someone who will cherish you, honor you, and treat your heart with the care God always intended for you. But before that new chapter arrives, God is doing something even more important. He is restoring your inner world. He is rebuilding your trust in yourself. He is healing your instinct from doubt. He is strengthening your boundaries. He is teaching you that your heart is not something to be taken lightly. He is reminding you that your love is powerful, rare, and deeply valuable. He is showing you that the right person will never make you question your worth, your place, or their intentions. This closure you're receiving is not punishment, it is preparation. It is God making room for what is aligned with your destiny. It is God cleansing the emotional wound so a new story can begin without traces of old pain. It is God removing the shadows so your future relationships are built in the light. You are not being abandoned, you are being aligned. You are not being rejected, you are being redirected. You are not being exposed to loss, you are being exposed to truth, which is one of the purest forms of love God can give. Soon, you will look back and realize that this revelation was the turning point. You will see how this moment strengthened your spirit, sharpened your intuition, and taught you the power of letting go. You will see how your life shifted the moment you stopped trying to hold together something God was gently removing from your hands. You will see how the truth freed you in ways illusion never could. You will understand that God did not show you this person's real heart to hurt you, He showed it to protect you from what your heart could not see. You are stepping into a season where honesty surrounds you, where clarity guides you, where love finds you without disguise, and where your heart is met with the same sincerity you give so naturally. You are walking toward relationships built on truth, depth, and divine alignment. You are walking away from confusion and into peace. You are stepping out of emotional uncertainty and into the kind of love that God Himself approves. The mask has fallen, the truth has been revealed, and the chapter that once weighed on your spirit is coming to its natural end. Now, you rise with a clearer mind, a stronger heart, and a deeper understanding of what God wants for you. You rise knowing that nothing hidden stays hidden when God is protecting your destiny. You rise knowing that the love you carry within you will return to you in a form far more genuine than anything you've lost, and when the next blessing arrives, it will not come with mixed signals, fear, or disguise. It will come with peace. It will come with clarity. It will come with honesty. It will come with effort. It will come with consistency. It will come directly from the heart God kept safe for you. This is your release. This is your awakening. This is your divine protection in motion. And this is your confirmation that God is always working for your good, even when it requires exposing what was never meant for your future.